Let's see. Let's see if that'll do it. See, because we got to see if this thing comes on here. Golly. There we go. Now we can zoom in. There we go. I'm going to put that right there. Right there. There we go. Put this obsidian somewhere else so this can sit up. Alright. So, what we're going to do today, we're going to work on this little gemstone pen I was trying to make. Who knows if it actually work out. And hopefully work on some of the Fordite. So, I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. Boy, what would I give for a few spiders to be hanging around right now. Show them mosquitoes a thing for. That right there. I at least got him. Nailed his little butt. If anybody's got any questions, let me know. Ooh, these skaters are getting bad, son. So what we're doing is we're working on some gemstone pen handles. And what I'll tell you about these pen handles and what's tough about so far doing them, which is just an experiment for me. A lot of people, when they make pens, they can just drill through, and then you know, they'll use like a lathe or something and drill through. With gemstones, it's a little different. You got to use diamond drill bits, and the bits are only about that long, so I have to cut them in half and then drill them from both sides to the other. And hope I'm making it semi-straight so it'll drill through. But with these things, I don't know, they just feel off. They don't feel centered at all. But I'm trying to cut it down on weight so that at least it'll feel a little wider and a little better in the hand. And the bits are made out of diamond. And the thing about diamond bits is that diamond may be the hardest thing, and it cuts and grinds well and great. But the stuff that holds the diamond If that gets relatively hot, the diamonds pop out and it stops cutting altogether. So definitely need to take your time with this stuff. Be extra gentle, which, you know, more time means more sitting out here and getting eat up by mosquitoes and all that gone. I'll be honest, I think I made a mistake coming out here in shorts. I should have come out here with jeans. It may be a little hotter in jeans. But again, the mosquitoes aren't eating me up from head to toe. If anybody in the house is listening, can y'all bring me some mosquito spray? Is that all we got?
Yeah.
Love you. Take that, skaters. Hey, Penn, how you doing, buddy? Guess what we're working on? Guess what we're working on today, Penn? Talking to you last night kind of got me inspired to do it. Pick it back up. Let's get it done. You know what I mean? Basically, I just said to myself, what am I waiting for? Hey, Cat. Yeah, Pan, I like the color too. So this is called Kambaba, but the nickname for it's called Crocodile Jasper, and you probably can see why. But down here in the South, I like to call it Alligator Jasper. And I think the official name for it though is Kambaba. But I'm trying to cut it down to where it's not so heavy in the hand. I'm hoping I'm doing right by it. Now I will say this as well. Combaba jasper, for some reason, incredibly hard to polish. Don't know why. Anytime I've ever polished Combaba jasper, this stuff does not want to polish to save its life. It's a very rebellious piece of stone. Like getting the shape cut in, not that hard. Getting the polish, getting it to remove the deep scratches from it. For some reason, that's a doozy. But once I'm done with this one pen, I'll send it to you. And you can kind of tell me what you think about it. Well, I'm talking about mainly these wheels here. Once we get done with this wheel and move to this wheel, that's when the hard part's going to start. Because it doesn't want to polish, or it doesn't want to remove the scratches from this wheel and this wheel. Even if this wheel was brand new, it wouldn't be as bad, but it would still be kind of tough. And it does seem to bow, like it's bowing this way. I'm trying to cut that down some. Yeah, but Pan, I'll send that to you to review so you can see what you think about it. Then maybe the next one we do, you can pick the pen components and everything and kind of challenge me with them. Like, hey, I'm thinking of, what's those ones, maybe a calligraphy, that's it, calligraphy, and maybe ballpoint, whatever, and then I can try to find something that's going to match the elegance, I guess you would say, the prettiness. We'll just say prettiness of the pen. And if anybody hasn't subscribed to Pen and Pen Blades, be sure to subscribe to him. The guy's a very good guy. Very knowledgeable about pens in general. I didn't even know there was really all that many types of pens. I just thought it was just ball and that was it. You know what I mean? So maybe match the ink color to the stone. Yeah. But be sure to go check him out. He also does knives too. That's how we started talking. On YouTube. Oh, no problem, Pen. You know? You be good people to me, so I'll be good people to you. But we've also how do I put this? I also need to come up with some more ideas for the future. I like not strange, but I do like unique, unusual, kind of crazy ideas. With gemstones. Like right now, I'm looking for an old wagon wheel revolver that I can customize with some gemstones, and I'm working on my drawing to learn how to draw better, so that way I can be able to engrave the metal as well. Yeah, that might be pretty cool, matching the color and the stone. I like all those kind of ideas, you know. I tell you what, you find the color. Now, don't go for some crazy color like, you know, I don't even know. No yellows. I'll say that. No yellows. Mainly because Yellowstones either are expensive or they got stuff in them I don't want to cut. So no yellow inks. Other than that, I think I can find my way around everything. Yellow ink's also very hard to find good ones that work on white or cream paper. Okay. So, okay. Well, that makes me feel a lot better then. It would be pretty hard for you to find a yellow one. And multicolors are kind of difficult. I believe I could do a multicolored one. They're just kind of difficult. I think what I would do for a multicolored one is, see how these are two pieces? I would probably do like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, you know? I think the big problem for it would be, yeah, I think so. A lapis pen with blue ink and gold mechanics would be pretty, absolutely. Lapis with the pyrite and blue would look amazing, I think. The problem is that we'd have to find a lapis tower and then find one that's large enough or two of them and then put them together. I mean, I kind of want to see what pen comes up with, to be honest. Now they would have to be like something that I can drill a hole through. Just letting you know, Pen. It would have to be something I could drill a hole through like this, and then put the internals in like that and put it together. I think that's how I would have to do that. But I mean, other than that, I think we'd be doing pretty good. All right, so here's what we're going to do now. We're going to stop with this wheel. We're going to move over to our next one. It didn't want to turn, but we ended up getting her to turn. And to be honest, since this is like circular, I'm hoping this combobble will polish up relatively easily since it is circular. You know what I mean? Because it's not trying to remove scratches from a large surface area or too large of a surface area all at once. You know, we're hyper focusing on one part of that circle. I mean, look how it's brightening up. That's definitely one way you can tell that it's polishing, is it's brightening up on that. Yeah, they have lapis towers. That's what I was saying. When we got a Franklin this year, I wouldn't mind picking up some lapis towers, to be honest. And I will say this little like splash guard / armrest, it broke here, so I'm gonna have to probably get a new one eventually. Eventually, not now. Because I could probably just glue that back together and hold it on until she won't hold no longer. Holding on till she won't hold no longer, y'all. All right, we're gonna need a towel. There we go. We're gonna need a towel. Look at her. Look at that top spot underneath that towel. I'll be honest with you, that circle, it is removing a lot of those scratches pretty easily on that circle, man. I'm telling y'all. And Kabbaba's pretty hard to get all those scratches out of there. Usually she don't want nothing to do with it. So yeah, they do lapis towers for sure. I did cut into my fingernail there just some before I let off with that other wheel. Fortunately, it's just a fingernail. Once it gets to the skin, it doesn't cut. Now, unless it's like a fresh, brand new wheel, and it's one of those resin ones. So like these, does nothing. Does nothing. That does nothing. You know, other than cut on the fingernail, but the actual fingertip does nothing. Yeah, Kambaba's pretty hard. I can't remember on the Mohs scale of hardness what the hardness of the stone is exactly, but usually whenever I cut Kambaba, she gives me issues. Today, or at least for this top half here, she ain't giving me none. So I'm pretty happy. And usually I'm coming across it pretty hard when it comes to this Kambaba. But what I really like about some of the smaller stones is that you'll do the side angle with it. When I do the side angle with it like that, I can actually see which way the scratches are going. So if they're going this way and I'm cutting this way, I know it's from the previous wheel. I think I already talked about that last night, but still. Well, we're just going to grind this thing out. I'm actually kind of excited to see what it looks like all together. I am an ain't. I ain't because, well, Kambaba probably looks pretty good. I'm just worried about what it's going to look like all put together with the pin parts, to be honest. But if I can get this down pat, I can kind of show Laura how to do this, you know. And then I can just cut the gemstones, she can put them together, you know. And then gemstone handle pins. If anybody's got questions, be sure to ask. Preferably gemstone related. Teamwork makes the dream work. It do. Excuse me. I'm a little gassy today. It is. It's coming along pretty good, man. I'm getting excited for it. I worry about what it's going to look like when the internal components are all in it. Everything's put together. I think that's my big worry over everything. And I probably shouldn't, but I am going to. Plus, cutting circles is really hard for me. And since this is, you know, oblong, you know, not very easily. It's an oblong with a long circular, the oblong tube. Either way, you're rotating it and trying to get a circle. And we're just taking little away at a time. cylindrical. Cylindrical. There you go. Cylindrical. Now that is absolutely probably the right word for it. Cylindrical. See, now that it's summer, I can come out here and cut a little bit more and not freeze my absolute tuchus off. I think we got her. I think we got her in a pretty good spot right here. I'm trying to just cut these, because if you can see this, hold on, I'll try to get it up to the camera for you. So you can see that, I hope. You see where those two pieces come together around here? Well, I'm going to have to fill that in with some glue to keep that even. So what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to cut them flush right now. And what I'll probably do is I'll probably tap some glue at the bottom of it. And then spray some of that quick dry on there. Let it dry, and then have it sit on the bottom where it's already dried, and have the glue soak in right there to try to fill it in. But I've already got it even. The only thing I got to do is fill in the gaps with the glue. The color's great. Thank you, pen. It does look like a bunch of eyes. Like I said, the nickname for this is alligator jasper. The real name is Kambaba. But I like to call it, crocodile jasper. The real name's for it Kambaba, but I like to call it alligator jasper. Because we in the South and we deal with alligators, not crocodiles too much. I mean, there are crocodiles, don't get me wrong. But we deal mostly with alligators. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to let this dry off a little bit. And while it dries off, we'll work on something a little different. A little bit different. We'll work on something a little bit different while that dries off. And the reason I'm going to let that dry off a little more naturally is that way I can kind of get a real close, good look at see if any scratches is in there. And if not, we're probably going to move on to the next set of wheels to get this sucker done now. What we're going to do here is we're going to cut a thing called 4-dye. It's layers of vehicle paint that builds up on the manufacturing floor and equipment every 30 to 90 days. They break it off and they sell it to people like us. Now I don't know if they still do it with the models like this. Any newer day models straight from the factory. I know Mopar still does it. People still do it with Mopar. So But I'm always on the lookout for good stuff. I'm always on the lookout for some good Fordite. I like Fordite. I like the colors. I don't like modern day colors too much because they're all just white and gray and you know, if you find some old Mopar, you get the jackpot then. Old, or not old Mopar, but old Fordite, you hit the jackpot then because the colors is just all over the place. You know. Some of the best I've ever had was 1969 Fordite from the what was it? Golly, Kenworth manufacturing line. The Kenworth manufacturing line. Oh yeah, I like Fordite now. But like I said, I like the older stuff. The older stuff had a lot of colors. Nowadays, it just seems gray and depressing. It's either black, white, gray, or I don't know, just not right. So I like those old styles, those old colors. Well, I get some pretty blues in there, and some pretty reds. Man, just all kinds of different colors. Blue, reds, greens, limes, yellows, all kinds. All kinds. I have a feeling a lot of that stuff stopped though, because people were saying they were wasting things. And they may have been, but I know, you know, people used to get a lot of this stuff from the manufacturers. The manufacturers' painters would just sell them. So when people think they were polluting, it's really just they sold it to people like us. And like some of them still do. Some of them still do. Like the painters do. But I think with the new techniques and everything, there's just not a lot out there. If there is, I can't find none. So, but that's the bottom piece. I always leave these bottom pieces uncut. Probably not. Probably wouldn't work right there. You know, no offense, because I think it's a good idea. It's just probably wouldn't work right. Because a lot of this stuff's flat. It's not cylindrical. And it's not even like a thick flat. It's like a thin flat. So I doubt you could even make it work. Try to cut this a little bit more on the sides here. Alright, now I'm going to move over to the next wheel here. What about Surfite? Now Surfite's a different story. I believe Surfite absolutely could. I got to get some, I think I got some in the shop here. Let me Let me look around while I do that. I do have some surfite out here in the shop. Now it's still in its like big flat piece, but I think it would work. Just let me grab it here. So here's some surfite. It's layers from where they would make surfboards and stuff like that. A lot of blues, a lot of pretty blues in there. But yeah, that could absolutely work. You know, it's funny, I did a surfite short, or no, a Fortnite short. And that thing still gets views to this day. I was rather surprised. And I think I did it over a year ago. But just see how that's like just layers of red, a little bit of red, like some beige. You know what I mean? Surfite? Probably not too terribly bad. I don't know. I've never tried to drill it. Now, I will say this. Slabbing that sucker, cutting it up with a tile saw, slabbing it, it gummy now. That thing's gummy. So maybe drilling would be a little bit of a hassle, but probably not too bad, to be honest. I would think the resin would give out before the metal does. You know what I mean? I gotta keep cutting. Gotta keep cutting. There we go. Couldn't let the very center of it be a white. I just don't like stones that don't have a lot of color to them. You know? I mean, again, show you this one. This one got a ton of color. This is blue and green. Love blue and green. Yes, right here. Another one. Blues, greens, browns. Love that. If I had that azurite malachite out here, I'd show you that. We got some real genuine turquoise. Real genuine turquoise. Not no fake gum. Not no howlite that's been dyed. Because my Lord, will people dye howlite and swear up and down to heaven and earth that thing's turquoise. Guess what? You're getting ripped off. Yeah, I'm gonna have fun cutting this. But I probably won't do it on live stream today. Turquoise, and I'm telling you, there are places that will absolutely sell you fake crap that's turquoise. Pen. You want real turquoise? Copper Canyon Lapidary. That's the place to go. They got it. I know a lot of people sell howlite that's been dyed. It's like a spider web pattern. It's a white stone, and it's got black lines to it like a spider web almost. And very cheap stone. Very cheap stone howlite. They'll dye as turquoise and then pass off this chunk as real turquoise for like $40 to $80. And if that's real turquoise, and this is pretty turquoise as it is, oh no, you is not paying $80 for a chunko. The biggest thing to tell something's fake is the price. We're gonna move this over here. And we're gonna go back to work on that pen. Hold on, I got it here. Oh, were you looking last night? They got some good stuff now. They got some good stuff now. Ain't no joke. Excuse me. This should be relatively shorter than that black wood is, as long as everything goes well. Let's see. They do have some nice turquoise stuff though. Also, in the past, I've gotten turquoise from El Paso Rock Shop. El Paso Rock Shop's actually where I got this turquoise from. So, and they're pretty good people. Pretty good people. I'm just checking this thing out real quick. Now, this may be a little bumpy. Just like an old car, it may be a little bumpy on the ride, but it's still fun to use. We'll just keep on working on this. Alright, turn around and rotate. Now we're just going to get up the top here. That's such small surface area right there. We should be able to hit that up, get all the scratches out on that wheel itself and not have to worry about much. Let's look at it. I mean, she's not looking terrible. Let's see. The bumps really won't matter. They're just like with natural knife handles, like bone and stag. There will be some imperfections. I agree. But I want to give you the best. Experience possible with it, if that makes sense. See, like that right up there. That gray piece is up there. That's got to go. That got to go. I'm going to hit it one more time, going around. All the way around. Alright, we're going to do the same thing on this side, one more time, all the way around. And there's no such thing as perfect. I get that. The only thing that was ever perfect in this world was Jesus. Well, God created it. But y'all know what I mean, right? But there is no reason that somebody that gets something you made shouldn't believe that you made something perfect. You know what I mean? I know it was all over the place, but what I'm basically saying is try your best to get the perfect as you can, so that way your work stands out above other people's. You know what I mean? Now, I probably won't do a live stream for a little while, maybe another week or two, just because I got a bad back. I got a terrible back. So I have to take care of it. And usually after cutting in the shop for maybe more than 30 minutes to an hour, I'm pretty worn out. So but I said to myself I wanted to do this on a live stream tonight, so me and Pink can talk and they can kind of see this getting made. And that way we can talk again. And then that way we can enjoy it with y'all too. So we were going to play D&D Saturday, but people can't make it Saturday for D&D. So I'm kind of glad that we ain't playing D&D Saturday so I can rest. What y'all thinking so far? Y'all thinking that looking pretty, son? I think it looked pretty, son. Oh, and Pan, did you see where I was, I'm trying to remodel or redo, customize, whatever you want to call it. A little $45, samurai sword I picked up from the pawn shop. Thank you. I picked it from the pawn shop. That I'm hoping we can make it something pretty cool. So you see that video, and in the video I'm asking for suggestions. If you see that video, make sure to leave me a comment and stuff. Any suggestion's a good suggestion, you know what I mean? Plus, I'm always looking for new, weird, and wacky ways to get these gemstones onto something. Or like a new project, that way lapidary doesn't be stale. And a lot of people, the reason they burn out on lapidary is they'll cut cabochons. It just cabochons. Because it's safe. Whenever you're talking about money, it's safe to do that. Somebody's going to buy it. Things like that. But it's not fun. It doesn't stay fun that way. You got to do new things that's going to challenge you. Oh, did I mention it last time? And I think it's a great idea. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, if anybody's got any suggestions, I'll be willing to hear them now. Now, again, this should have taken less time than it is right now. But she just doesn't want to polish up. She just doesn't want to polish up as well as I would like her to. So I think we got her pretty good now. Pretty good on the polish. I am going to hit that spot right there some more. I do have this kind of sunk in some, so your thumb can rest in there. That little centerpiece is sunk in some, so your thumb can rest in there. I don't know if it's like necessary for pinwriting or anything, but I feel like it might feel a little better on your thumb since this is stone. You know what I mean? I don't know, to be honest though. I'm taking stabs at the dark. Yeah, there's a lot. There are a bunch of round pins that have flat spots like that to rest your fingers on. Okay. Now that might be something to look at in the future. Doing some flat spots. I'm just making sure everything's running good, y'all. Don't worry. Just making sure everything running good. Yeah, she just don't want to polish up like. Again, I told y'all that's the problem with the bobble. She'll give you more issues than an ex-wife, I'm telling you what. I guess that skeeter thing ain't holding off very good. Or maybe it's run dry, run dead. Alright, let's see how we doing. I'm going to turn that water off so it don't splash up and re-wet this thing. I'm going to grab another towel. And dry it off. Or I need to get my hands dried off too. So there she is. You know what? She don't look terrible. I don't think she looks terrible at all. That's all dried off. Granted, she's not the roundest or smoothest thing in the world, but I never claimed she was going to be that. So, what I may do is at first I'm going to try this paste right here, this side wheel with the paste. You can kind of scooch that in just a little bit there. I'm going to scooch all over. Now if that don't work, what we're going to do is we are going to move over to the buffing wheel and we're going to hit it with some Zam. And we're going to show it who's boss. Like an old cop movie. You can cooperate or you're going to have to deal with it. I'm putting the diamond paste directly on the stone too. Make sure she's got maximum coverage. Wet her so the stone don't burn. Here we go. Now this is a felt pad. Thank you so much, buddy. I think the pattern looks pretty good on her too. Now this is a felt pad. So that felt pad is it's pretty good at polishing, especially with the diamond grip paste. And I also left some on my fingers so it'll rotate onto the stone as well. We're going to dry this thing off and just take a look at her. Take a look and see how much she's shined up since. Alright. Well, she's definitely shined up a little bit more. But here's what we're going to do. Since she don't want to work with us, we're going to hit her up with some Zam, boys. Fellas, we're going to hit her up with some Zam. She don't want to work for us, we're going to make her work for us. And Sam, if you fail me, then my Lord, I don't know what to do. I won't know what to do if Sam fails us. Sam ain't never failed me. Alright, I'm gonna move y'all over. I'm gonna have to shut my mouth and hold my breath while I do this because my mask ain't out here. So I'm gonna move y'all over now. Ignore the dirty shop. It's all dusty here. This is the wheel we're gonna work on right there. That's her. That's her right there. Oh, Lord have mercy on me. We got just a little bit of Zam left. Alright, here on I'm gonna stop talking until this is done. Blow all that way for the fan to take away. Alright, here we go, y'all. Here we go. Oh, Lord, forgive me. Here we go. That's her right there. That's her right there. About the best I could do when it comes to a gemstone panhandle. I'm sure as I practice more, I'll get more, you know, used to it and be able to do a little bit more. But that's her right there. So, it's kind of getting a little late for me, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. If you like this kind of thing, make sure to like, share, subscribe. I appreciate y'all being here tonight. We're going to end out on a prayer as always. So everybody that's here, bow your heads. God, I'd like to thank you for everybody that showed up today and for people that's hadn't showed up. And just thank you for everybody that's been here, been with us today. I'm really thankful for you giving me the skills and talents you've given me I'm really thankful for the people who've shown up to watch. It's always great to hear and talk with people. I'm always very appreciative of y'all. I'd also like to ask, Lord, if anybody in this live chat or has been here and left, if they're not saved, I pray that they find you and you give them a new heart and lead them to the happiness and joy that I feel. I also want to thank you for your sacrifice upon the cross, your perfect and sinless life in order to shed your blood on that cross to pay our sin debt. Most importantly, Heavenly Father, though, I want to say, let your will be done. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Now that everybody, we're all for here, I'm going to say what my preachers used to tell us. As much as I love you, God loves you more, and we'll see you next time.